Welcome to Flourishing Flame, from burning out to burning bright with therapist and coach Leah Brown. Are you a people helper or caregiver, feeling overwhelmed, distant, cynical, and crispy around the edges? Join me to defeat burnout by learning how to manage stress and create deep connective relationships with others so that you can pursue your calling, providing light and warmth to those around you. Hello and welcome to episode 11, the first episode of 2024. Last episode, we talked about what has served you well in 2023 and what are those things you want to carry on into 2024 and what are those things that you want to change. The first several episodes of 2024 are going to be looking at understanding yourself better. Why does it matter that you understand yourself better? And how does understanding yourself better help you to be a better people helper or caregiver? Glad you asked. At a basic level, understanding yourself better helps you to adjust your priorities and your activities for maximum alignment with your purpose, with your schedule, and with your human behavior wiring. We can live and serve from a position of our strengths when we know what they are and we know how to set up our life with those strengths in mind. I worked with a lady, Janet, and she said yes to everything possible, which left her having to say no to something she really wanted to do because she could not possibly add them to her life. Or at times she would try to cram them in and it would create chaos in her life and her family and her work. Learning to understand herself better helped her to prioritize her yes for the things that best fit her personality, her values, and her experiences. Each one of us is unique. You might have heard this before, like a snowflake. You are one of a kind. There's never been another person like you, and there never will be. There's no one with your combination of gifts, abilities, sense of humor, or history. We are going to look at your uniqueness like the legs of a stool. We're going to start with personality. Personality is defined by the combination of characteristics or qualities that form an individual's distinctive character. Looking at your personality can help you to understand what makes you tick. Basically, understanding more your human behavior wiring. There's so many ways to classify and study personalities. There are so many personality assessments and indicators that are available. You might have heard of Myers-Briggs type indicator. It's an old standard. And in fact, the website 16personalities.com is based off of the Myers-Briggs type indicator. My personal favorite when it comes to personality profiles is the DISC assessment. I really love it because it's simple to understand and practical to use in everyday life. The second thing we're going to talk about is capacity. My friend Megan compares capacity to plate size. Some of us have platter size capacity, and some of us have small salad or tapas plate capacity. Being able to understand your capacity helps you to know what size plate you have. If you have a platter's worth of food and try to put it on a small plate, it's a mess. It doesn't fit, it's chaotic, and it's overwhelming. But by contrast, if you put a single cracker on a platter, it's not a good use of the space and it looks ridiculous. Capacity is one element of our uniqueness that can change, even change significantly. We may be able to grow in our capacity by our efforts, practices, or by necessity, like growing to fit a new job or role at work or in our family. It could also shrink, for example, with things like illness or stress. Our third leg is values. We see the world through our values like lenses. When our actions are not congruent with our values, it's uncomfortable. Sometimes in ways we cannot put our finger on. For example, One value is consistency. Charles values consistency and enjoys the morning routine that he's established. Having to miss his morning run to pick up a friend from the airport makes his day feel off. Sherry values flexibility and enjoys maximizing her schedule to catch every opportunity. Having a weekly team meeting can sometimes feel like it's in the way of her optimization. There's nothing wrong with Charles or Sherry. Just when they're working in alignment with their values, then it feels comfortable and normal and good. When they do something that's outside of their values, it just feels uncomfortable and feels like it kind of is getting in the way. When we understand what we value, we can optimize what we're doing and how we see what we're doing to help us to make the most of all of the opportunities around us. Experiences is the fourth leg of this stool. There's no one else like us. Every experience that we have creates learning that our brains assimilate into our personal library of experience. Everyone has one. When we have a new experience, this library is tapped into to discover, what does this mean? And how should we respond? It creates our sense of normal. This is the reason why people joke about newlywed experiences and things like, how are you supposed to squeeze a toothpaste or fold towels or load the dishwasher? But everyone who's been a roommate realizes that not everything that you think of as normal is the same normal to your roommate or to other people. Multiply this by family and culture and religion and so many other factors. No one's experience, even if they're in the same family, is identical to anyone else in their family, even if they are identical twins. I'm really excited to highlight how unique you are. And I wanted to close today with a quote from Buckminster Fuller. He said, "Never forget that you are one of a kind. Never forget that if there weren't any need for you and all your uniqueness to be on this earth, you wouldn't be here in the first place. You are here for a special reason, and you all have a unique gift that you're bringing to the world." I'm so excited to put this together for you, and I wanted to offer you a special resource and special training for those of you that are interested in taking what we're going through during the next several episodes and run with it in a deeper way. So I'm highlighting a resource this month, the DISC Personality Assessment Report, and that is available for adults and teens and children. And the children's version of the assessment is completely done in pictures, so even young children can complete it. It's simple and quick to take and offers you insight on how you tend to operate in your human behavior. As we discussed today, understanding yourself better helps you to set yourself up for success by adjusting your priorities and activities for maximum alignment with your purpose, your schedule, and your human behavior wiring. I'm including the link in my show notes, and it's available on my webpage, leahlittlebrown.com. Reports start at $12.95, and if you purchase a report in January, I will send you a link to an interactive webinar on February 6th, where I will help you to unpack your results and help you to apply your new knowledge about yourself and others. If you have any questions about anything, please contact me through my website, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Until next time. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode added kindling to your flame, please leave a review and pass it on to a friend who could use some encouragement. You can connect with me and find additional resources at leahlittlebrown.com. Now go forth and burn in all your brilliance.